Hello, everyone. This is Jennifer coming to you live with another inspiring story on conversations on conscious change. Have you ever experienced at the age of 11 actually having a vision that you would like to create an empire? Sounds interesting. Is it possible? Well, we're going to be in conversation with someone who has actually had a vision at the age of 11 and goes to her dad and says, "You know what, dad? I'm actually going to create an empire." We're going to be listening to someone who's actually started creating that empire. A person who is a chartered accountant with an undergraduation in finance and a diploma in finance from the London School of Economics. A managing director of an amazing human resource powerhouse, as she calls it. A partner with the International Recruitment Organization, an executive director of a tourism company, and all under the brilliant brand name of the House of Versatile. I find that inspiring itself, the very name, the House of Versatile. How much of versatility can we actually bring to the floor today? That's what we're going to be exploring. With this amazing young person, yes, I say young, at the age of 28, this woman who's a powerhouse, who wants to create an empire, started off looking at things from a totally different perspective. We today are going to be talking to that person who actually has made a change, a transition, sometimes not very comfortable, thought it was depression, and then moved along to create an impression. Everyone, welcome to the call, our lovely, lovely, young, inspiring entrepreneur, Diksha Gangotra. Welcome to the call. How are you doing today, darling?
Thank you so much. What a lovely introduction, Jen. I mean, it's made my day already. And so happy to be here today.
I know. Um, the reason I have invited you, Diksha, is I find your story truly inspiring. And once we share this with the world, it's about how many people who are in your age group who truly want to become an entrepreneur, but sometimes hesitate to do so. So I'm going to be picking your brains today as to what actually, at the age of 11, for God's sake, seriously, you're having a vision at the age of 11 and you go and tell your dad about it. Some people's parents will think you're probably, wacko. But then I believe you have an interesting encounter with your father. Please share that with us. What happened there?
Um, Thanks for bringing this up. It's brought back uh, amazing childhood memories. My father has been my pillar of strength, and I just don't say just for the sake of saying it. He's actually been that, and the only person who really believed in me when nobody did. And and at the age of 11, as as rightly you said, if somebody would go and say that, Dad, I know I'm here for a change, I am going to make it big and I want to make an empire, they would say, okay, probably you're seeing too many cartoons and your brain is fogged. But he believed in me, and the answer he gave me even then was, you will do it, and I know that you're here for that reason. So I think I got the right push at the right age, and somebody to believe in my dreams, as oblivious it sounded at that age.
But that's amazing because is that very belief that you had that has catapulted you into so many different things that you do today. I mean, I love that you are having so many different businesses and so many associations under your belt. And I'd like you to walk us through what happened I mean, you were not like born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Okay. Many people think, oh, because you're from a business family and everything is going to be hunky dory. But I know you as a person because I've spoken to you on many occasions. And I see in you this drive to go beyond what it is that you've already, achieved in life. It's a constant thing about what else is there? What else is there? What else can I do? And your tagline that I love, that truly resonates with me 100%, has always been, this is the time for no competition. Collaboration is the way forward. So,
Um,
hats off to you, young lady. So, tell us about your journey. Were you always this bright and sparky? What happened when you actually were looking at education being finished, and then you went to that phase where you didn't know what the hell was going on? Tell us about that.
Um, okay. I feel that in life, everything happens for a reason. And now, when I look back and reflect back, I totally resonate with it. And why I say that is what I studied or what I had planned in life, nothing fell in the place that as I had thought. And at the age of 11, what I had thought, I just had a vision, but I didn't know how I'm going to do it. And when I was at the peak of my, like how right after education, you're at your peak to decide what you're going to do. That was the time I was absolutely clueless. So if I actually look back, uh, that stage of being clueless was what sparked everything what's happened in life now. So you know how you finish your education, and I did my education in finance and business, and then I went on to doing ACCA, which is the UK Chartered Accountancy. Um, you know, everybody would think you'll end up doing something in
Let me,
finance, or
let
you
me just, let me just interject there. You are a
yeah,
qualified chartered accountant from the UK, right?
yes,
Wonderful. So, are you
yes,
doing accountancy now?
no.
Okay.
Exactly. And I think if my grandfather is hearing this, he'd be most disappointed because he's a very, very, very successful chartered accountant back in India who has given 70 years of his life to the practice.
Wow.
So so he would be very disappointed hearing that, because he wanted me to be doing he wanted me to do the Indian chartered accountancy, and he wanted me to join him, but I didn't do any of it. I chose always a out of the box option, I think,
Mm.
and even when I had to do my chartered accountancy, I opted for the UK one and not the Indian one,
So
just because I
you're
did not
not
like the
you're not
structure.
supposed to be operating from status quo. You will always go the other way
Yeah,
to actually explore. I think that has been your underlying operating system. Exploration is the key. Okay, cool.
yeah,
So, so tell us
absolutely.
about this. You mentioned earlier about this the time of ambiguity, the time
Hmm.
of being clueless. Was
Yeah.
also the time that you experienced depression.
Yes.
Please talk to us
Uh,
about that.
yes. So, as the name of our company, which is Versatile, House of Versatile, as I said, I think, reflect that word as a human being, because I do come from a very versatile background from my sister being the extremely successful fashion designers, my father being a businessman all his life, and my grandfather being a chartered accountant. So very different fields.
Hmm.
um, and I studied business and finance. My brother has a travel company. So it just it just in totality was like, we are a very versatile family. What do I do? I'm still studying, and in a very comfortable space somewhere wherein, although I wanted to do something in life, but I was directionless. um, I I ended up going into a black hole at that point of time, and I thought I would never come out of it. Um, but there was just one person who held my hand really strongly, and the person I always go back to, that is my father. And he said, get up tomorrow and start working, whatever it is, whatever that makes you happy, whether it's fashion, whether it's coming to the office with me, whether it's going to your grandfather's office, or whether it's doing anything on your own, whatever it is, just start working. You will find your direction. So it was really like jumping into the ocean and not knowing how to swim. And I just jumped into it. What I started off was, I started with, I think, starting with working with my mother and her sister, and ended up landing into my brother's company in Dubai, helping him, getting an opportunity over there from a world renowned company, which was VFS Global, to start a recruitment company. Although I started off communication, but never practiced it. Um, it felt like a good business opportunity. Just jumped into it, and that became my real direction in life, which I had never imagined.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to take you a bit back to the black hole. Uh, it's really interesting that you mentioned that, because usually when people are looking at coming into something brand new, they haven't got a direction for it. I think it is part of your life story that at the age of 11, you want to actually create an empire, yet you do not know how to get around to doing it. But the inspiration has always been within you and the desire to create that. Now, you also have talked about you coming from a diverse, different kind of business, family business, which is appropriately named Versatile, which is so cool because it resonates and it actually gives the complete impression of what it is under that you all actually operate from. But when you're coming back to being in this black hole that you talk about, and we usually call it depression
Hmm.
because there's non-clarity
Correct.
in direction, right? But there's another aspect to it, and I want you to actually look at it and tell me whether that actually was true for you, because God knows I've been through that too, right? Everyone does. But
Everybody
sometimes,
has.
exactly. But most of us don't know. In retrospect, we will then, oh, okay, fine, yeah, oh, that happened, right? But in retrospect, this is what actually I have perceived that could be going on for you at that particular time was that depression was like
Hmm.
an impression
Hmm.
for you to give up what it is you thought and how it is that you would actually work and how you would actually do things. But it was a disconnect from what it is that you were to open up the door to what it is that you could create, navigate, and facilitate as versatile as you are. And I think that is what was that something that you can resonate with right now? Did that actually occur for you, or would you like to add something there? Because I know many people are going through this kind of thing, especially at this time, Diksha,
Right.
the time of
Right.
COVID. But I,
Right.
I want people to get, and that's why we have these conversations. It's like when you felt like you were in the dark hole, and we term that as depression.
Hmm.
Was that an impression of you actually being in that cocoon from a caterpillar in a cocoon and actually having to be there till you were ready to break out of that cocoon and truly become that butterfly?
I so if I look 6 years today, if I look back, I completely resonate with it. And I think if I didn't enter that black hole, I wouldn't have reached here. It wouldn't have pushed me. Nothing would have pushed me. And whenever I feel, and whosoever is listening to this, whenever you feel you're in that black hole, just just talk to yourself and tell yourself there is a big change coming in your life. And that change is something which will move your life into a completely different direction. And towards your greater purpose or calling in life. What happens is that we become, when we are a lot in our comfort zone and we ourselves don't realize it and we don't move forward, then God has his own way of moving you forward by making you think you're in a black hole, but it is actually the time of change. It is that push you require to get out of that comfort zone, to really realize why you're here. And I truly believe that each one of us over here are for making a change, as big or small as it may be. But it is that realization which is very important. And what happens is a lot of people live their entire lives not realizing it. And COVID has been one of the most, I think, bleak times for a lot of people. And what has happened is that they've lost direction. They don't know what to do. They've lost their businesses. But I can assure you and I can tell you that this was the time I actually utilized to expand our business into 49 countries. It's how you look at everything. It's how you turn around. And that being in that black hole is what taught me to turn around my thinking, and thinking that every day, every morning when you get up, there is a new opportunity to avail. It's that you need to look around. You need to be open, and you need to be open to collaboration for you to grow. And that's the only way if you're an entrepreneur going forward.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. So, in short, the universe gave you a nudge
Yes.
for you to budge. And
Yes.
most of the time, it's doing it to everybody. It's
Yes.
really doing it to everybody. COVID is such a classic example of that, that it's a nudge from the universe to budge in the way that you think that you have to be, the way that you have to operate. Quite honestly, ladies and gentlemen out there, it's not working for you to be maintaining status quo. This is
Yes.
our wake up call to actually get up and truly grow in
Absolutely.
ourselves, in our work, in our relationships, in the businesses. And that's why what you say, Diksha, is so valid. Is like, it's not about trying to do everything yourself, it's about true collaboration and no
Absolutely.
competition. Each one of us has got these unique skills, unique
Right.
abilities, unique talents, but most of us are not even aware that we have those. And it's so
Absolutely.
strange that you talk about it. I noticed this, that when in 2013, when I was going through a lot of change myself, and God knows one change is not going to happen. As you grow, you cannot be in status quo, period. And there'll be
Absolutely.
many a time when you will actually go through this massive change. I've
Yes.
been through it around about 6 or 7 times in my lifetime, and I'm 62. So it proves every single day is a challenge. But the way I look at it, and I think the way that you're looking at it, which is why we resonate so brilliantly, is what if that challenge is an invitation from the universe to nudge you to go into discovering this part of you that you never thought was possible before? And
Absolutely.
coming back to you, that empire that you want to create. If you were maintaining the same way of operating, an empire cannot be created like that. It has to deviate, it has to shift, it has to change, it has to, go forward. Now, I want to bring us back to you being the director, the managing director, the co-director. I mean, in so many different things, and your business expanding in 49 countries. Please tell us, at the age of 28, how are you doing this, lady?
One thing,
Inspiring. It's inspiring.
the one thing, Jen, I would like to say is, again, going back to my father, I think he's my hero, so I just keep going back to him. Is that he told me that if you really want to grow in life, don't invest in anything else other than people. Invest in people.
Absolutely.
So if I have to, which I feel is just the beginning,
Mm.
I have to look at where I have been able to come. It's because I invested in people. I invested in relations. These companies who have agreed to partner with me is because they trust me. And it's because I showed that I'm not here on a selfish motive, but I actually want both of us to grow, because I truly feel that you as a human being it's not possible that you can do everything on your own.
Absolutely.
But if you have the ability to create business, create opportunity, then why not join hands with people who can offer, and you can grow the business? So what I'm trying to say is that if I am offering a service to a person X, and that person X has the capability of taking five more services from me because he feels that I will be able to deliver, why not that I partner with those five other people to be able to offer X all the services on one platter, to become that one stop shop? I don't like to call it a one stop shop, but it's just become that.
It's
So
just the house of versatile, honey. That's
it's just so versatile.
I just
So
love.
so this is, and I always feel that, and I think Dubai gave me that sort of vision. And I am extremely grateful that we as a family took that challenge of moving at a stage where we were all comfortable to move to another country and come here, and especially to my parents, that they, when they were very comfortable in that life, but for us they took this sort of a step to come here and give us a platform or a stage where we could explore being in one country, all nationalities, to how to work with them, how to be able to do business, and understand different mentalities. So today, if I have to say 49 countries, which is actually covering 6 continents, it is just because we got a platform of coming over here and exploring this new country as a new opportunity, and being open to receiving doing business with others, and always one thing which has been my calling is on a quest to be different, be the change. And and how do you do that? How do you do that? By, and I feel sometimes just talking to somebody on the street, you learn something.
Totally.
Talking, yeah, I mean, talking to a stranger, you learn something. And I love doing that. And I end up meeting people randomly and start doing business with them. And they're like, how did this how in hell did this even happen? How does it?
Mm.
So because I feel truly, and I'm still learning, and I think till the day I die, I would be learning.
You are a WIP, work in progress.
Work in progress,
All of us
absolutely.
are.
All of us are. And every time, and I think every time I have a conversation with you, it's a self realization that, okay, this is what we could do different, and this is what I could do different. And I don't ever call it waste of time talking to people, and especially strangers, because I actually learn more about myself and what else I can do.
Which is really cool. I wish more people were open to that kind of thing. Diksha, I now would like to touch upon the areas of your expertise in the field of human resources and what you do at Versatile Consultancy. If you would like to share that with us, please.
Sure. So, Versatile Consultancy as a company started as a recruitment consultancy, and that's the core business. And Versatile Consultancy basically is an industry agnostic recruitment consultancy. So, we are not limited. Like our thinking, we are not limited. We have the, what we've been able to do is onboard people who have the capacity to deliver in different industries. And on top of that, at a senior level, we have been able to bring in consultants who have experience of what 40, 50 odd years in those specific industries, who are our guiding factors in making sure that we are able to find the right people for organizations. The ultimate quest is to provide a resource to an organization who brings that change in that organization. So we have been in the last 5 years been able to bring about a team who is able to do it. and we are industry agnostic, and also we are not limited to only handling a certain set of positions. So we from a CEO to a helper level, we do all positions. And it's not that it's like some people would say, oh, but then you're not specializing in something certain. But we have teams designated for all of these.
So
I
you
mean,
have
for
the
all sorts of
specialization. It's again, I think it's the umbrella that you have, the House of Versatile. But
right.
within the House of Versatile, you have the industry specific specializations that are
Yes.
equipped to truly consult with organizations to help them to get what it is
Right.
they're looking for, and
Exactly.
deliver the results brilliantly.
Right.
That's
Right.
very interesting concept, because in the olden days we called it specialization. If we specialize in this and this only,
That's it.
but then I think how you have made a change, which is truly amazing, is that you have chosen to service everybody from the
Right.
CEO to the helper by bringing in the expertise under your House of Versatile, to
Right.
be able to cater to each and every organization in a way that is truly going to facilitate them getting the right talent to perform
Right.
the job that they aspire to have.
Absolutely. So if I have to just say it, I feel we are the Oyo of recruitment, you know?
Talk to me more.
So
What does that mean?
so Oyo of recruitment is, so as you know that whether it's your Kareem or it's your Uber, none of them own their own cars, right?
Definitely
Right.
not.
So what we have done as House of Versatile is that every company who works with us or as consultants are those um, powerhouses in themselves. What we have done is we've just created one platform wherein we can offer all the services, but it's that we've brought in all these experts or these companies under one umbrella.
Wonderful.
So we become the Oyo of recruitment, and whatever you need, we are able to offer. What I'll expand it a little bit. So HR as a function has training and development, it has consulting, it has recruitment, it has outsourcing. It also then works from the employee perspective. So what we have done is we have partnered with companies who are experts in each and every field, and we have brought them all under one umbrella. So if we go to a client today, we know that if they need only training and development, we under the House of Versatile can do it. Even if we don't have those people on board to do it, but we have the partner to do it. And those partners, all these partners are exclusively working with us. So, and on the side note, how during COVID this happened. So pre-COVID, we were only present in 15 countries, but now we became part of a world organization which is called IPTR, and that organization has partners from across all 49 countries exclusively working with each other. So what happens here, Jen, is that tomorrow you need your client is sitting in China and he needs a CEO for his Chinese branch. I'm able to do that sitting in Dubai.
That is
So
so innovative and creative. That's wonderful. That's really wonderful. So it actually your operating personal operating system is collaboration and no competition. This
yes,
there is a true reflection of what you actually operate from within, which is what is
yeah,
this that's showing out on the outside. Truly remarkable. Thank you for that insight. It's wonderful.
yeah, and I think this also sprouts because somewhere when we are doing business, we become selfish, right? We want everything to us, that whole chunk of cake to us. But I truly believe that if you're not that, and if you sort of put that, you bring about that trust in your partner, that you are here loyal to each other, to grow together, then what happens is that your thirst, and even the other person, I don't know if I'm able to put it correctly, but if you're able to show it to the other person also, that you're here to stay and grow, then the other person has faith in you. So what you're creating is a faith triangle, square, it grows into hexagon, pentagon, and then it keeps growing. So what happens is you're creating a chain of faith.
Exactly.
And when you're creating a chain of faith, what you're able to achieve is much higher than what you could do alone.
Totally. I can't agree with you more. I truly have believed this all my life, and I truly
Yeah.
sense that post COVID, this is the only way forward, quite honestly, because we all have to, each one of us has this amazing abilities, skills, talents, and capacities that if we were to integrate, we have to really recognize within ourselves how amazing we are. And that's what I help people to do, because I truly believe that each one of us is a gift. But when we can become and trust that about ourselves, we can then truly know that we are going to be able to extend that to somebody else and not be afraid of being used or abused in that part of our career and journey as a growth process. So that's really
Sorry,
cool.
just to interject, I want to just put one point forward because it's just come to my mind and I want to say it, is that we over here as human beings have come not only to just live our lives merely and go, because we all, life and death is part, is a cycle. If we keep doing that, there's no real change, but we are here to make an impact. So
So you're
all of
here
us
to
over here,
be the change that you we would like to see as our
yeah,
future.
absolutely. And it's not only me, Jen, but it's probably everybody around us. And if we
Everyone.
realize,
Exactly.
everyone,
Everyone.
if we realize that if we are not remembered after dying of what we created, what are we here for?
Exactly. What's our legacy?
What is our legacy? What have we left behind?
Hmm.
Just creating wealth is not it.
It's
But
creating a relationship, it's creating an impact, it's being the change that we've always wanted to know that is possible. And,
exactly.
and if every one of us could actually stand up in that power, in that potency, that we're here to truly become a contribution,
Yeah,
then we are not going to be limited by anything or anyone or any circumstance. It requires one to truly awaken and become aware of their own capacities, which I love to
absolutely.
mentor people on because I truly believe every one of us is a true gift.
Exactly.
Okay. So, having said that, I see that you are a partner, a director in tourism, you're a director in hospitality, you're a director in healthcare. Now, this is amazing because, again, coming back to what you were saying, that the House of Versatile is truly versatile in its approach, which is really cool. But I want to also find out from you is what inspires you to carry on?
That's actually a great question. I like, circling back to when I was 11, I had a vision that where I knew that I'm here to make it big, make a change. And when you ask me this question even right now, it's probably just that I feel this where I am right now is not enough. There's a lot to, and I've always kept this as my motto, other than the collaboration motto, is that there is a lot to learn and there is a lot to achieve. People silently have been able to achieve so much without making a noise. And I feel that every day is a learning opportunity. Every day you get to know so much more. that there is so much. The universe is so wide. There is so much to achieve out of it. There is so much energy out there which needs to be harnessed. There is so much talent out there which needs to be harnessed. There is so much, I mean, there is so much out there which needs to be converted. And maybe I want to be one of those people who stand as an example to those people who are budding to be out there but can't be. And in that respect, create sort of streams, helplines wherein you could reach out to without having anything and achieve your ultimate goal. Because I truly believe the new generation, especially, has a higher IQ than what we have. So when I say that, that means that there could be people out there in villages. And right now, we are trying to work on a project in Afghanistan to help these girls who are homebound to get educated, to get out there, to really realize their potential. Because as we have seen over the years, and I'm a true believer of women empowerment, we've been seeing a shift, and we have been seeing and that when women have stepped into the corporate world, they've actually been better than men.
Mm.
It is their innate ability to be able to do multiple things at a time. So
Mm.
what they can achieve is much more. And when they are being given, see, opportunity being provided in an urban world is very different than opportunity being provided in the rural areas.
Definitely.
So so the ultimate aim is that it should have a trickle down effect. I feel alone, since I would not have the power just to do it by myself, and that's why I create a team of powerful people around me so that we can achieve the ultimate aim. we are able to we are able to make that impact to the grassroots level. We are able to that when we are going around, not that it's our name, but through the chain we are able to create. We are able to reach out to that girl who doesn't have the means but is able to get an investment fund to fund her so that she can live the entrepreneurial dream she has.
Yeah.
I
That.
don't know, I'm going all over.
No, but that's that. So that's the aspiration, and you're
Yeah.
helping other people to be inspired by truly creating a platform that makes it possible. And I love the fact that you will always look at companies or organizations that will help you to achieve that, and also help them to achieve what their goal is from their business perspective. So again, the collaboration keeps coming
Yeah.
in over and over again, which
Just leave us.
it's your operating system, which is truly amazing. Now, having said that, are there any new things that you're looking at right now? I know we've had a chat, and what is the new thing that you have that you would like to look at?
Okay, so as you know, Middle East as a region has its own operating system, right? Um, I always felt it's a very far-fetched idea, but then I met you, and I thought it's so achievable and it's so easy because you just make things so easy. And Emiratization, which is where you help in uh, harnessing the local talent,
Mm.
whether it's in the United Arab Emirates, whether it's in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, whether it's in Oman, whether it's in Bahrain, whether it's in Qatar, whether it is in Kuwait, um, is something I always wanted to do, but I did not know how to do it. And and that's when I met you. It's like you always say, you have to ask for it, and the universe gives it to you. So
Truly.
universe gave me you, and you are a pioneer when it comes to looking at emiratization in your past, and you've been able to place the who's who in this country. And how else could I be thankful to God that I met you on my journey?
No, it's so amazing to actually. I always talk about recruitment as being the love of my life because it's actually making a change within organizations. And
Yeah.
moreover, I think both of us resonate with dealing with people more than
Yes.
amortization or localization or whatever. It's people that you're dealing with. And the
Yes.
wonderful thing is this, that at this particular time, it is such an amazing time for us to actually connect, because I keep saying, oh, I stopped doing recruitment, I've stopped doing recruitment. And then you come along and say, Jenny, I really require your assistance. Would you be? And I'm saying, wow, is this a new way of actually showing up? Again, change is constant, but changing is a choice. So I don't do recruitment as a company, but I will be like an advisor and helping you to create that amazing amortization program. Because quite honestly, this country, the UAE, has contributed to my business, to your business.
Absolutely.
And I've been privileged to actually work with some of the most amazing people. The local population here is
Yeah.
truly remarkable. And the one thing I love about it is the leadership. The leadership is constantly driving to be better, to be the best. The women, we've got more women ministers than any
Yes.
cabinet in the world. I mean,
Absolutely.
it speaks wonders. We've got people who are innovating and creating. I mean, we've been to the moon and back. Come on. So there is so much, and I mean, I feel honored to actually have the privilege of working in this country, because it has helped me develop so much and has given me the opportunity. So I'd love the very idea that you're doing this. And just to let you know that I've partnered with another company, Diksha, and I think I spoke to you about them. They are into training and development. And what
Yes.
they're doing is also training and development into the emiratization area, which is totally
Yes.
amazing, because they've done it in different countries. They've actually created the local talent to become the catalyzing effect to take hold of the future of their own countries. I truly believe that that's the way forward. In 2009, funnily that you mentioned it, 2009, I remember sponsoring. Focus Rex was the sponsor for the Emiratization Forum, where
Wow.
I spoke about we are not here just to fill the UAE national quota. We are here to ensure that the UAE national grows and develops. And we are not
Wow.
looking at only putting them in government organizations, but we're looking at them coming into the private sectors, because they are the future of their country.
Absolutely. And why not harness this talent within the country? Why do they have to go out of the country? And I truly feel that, see how this chain was created.
Mm.
The training and development company trains them, trains these local people. You are the one who's been able to place and understand, because local recruitment is a different mindset,
Mm.
because for that you need to know the people, you need to live with the locals. You've been in this country for long enough to understand that. I've been here for 6 years, but I can't match up to what you have experienced. So holding or shaking hands with you on this particular move ahead is what was required for us to grow House of Versatile into a different dimension.
Mhm. And this has happened just lately, which is really cool. Again, to hats off to your entrepreneurial spirit, to be able to recognize that there is something more that you can add to your repertoire under the House of Versatile. So it's really amazing to actually have that. So now I've got to come to our last bit of conversation, and that is this, Diksha. For all the young budding entrepreneurs who are out there, and any other individual, quite who is sitting on the brink of possibility but not taking the step forward.
Mm.
and who's hesitating, who is contemplating, is this for me or it's not for me? Um, or any part of their life where they are stuck.
Mm.
I'd like you to share with us three things, or even more if you have, as to what helped you to catapult from this stage of being um, stuck to unstick yourself. What did you do? And what could you share with our audience that might resonate with them to get an inspiration for them to take their journey forward and actually feel happy doing it too? What were those
Ab-
three?
Absolutely. Um, One thing I truly feel and I have experienced before I mention those three things to really latch on to is, if you don't know how to swim, jump in the ocean and you'll learn how to swim.
Yeah, they do it
If
with
you're
kids. The kids,
Yeah.
they throw the newborn baby into the water, and the baby is so, you know,
See, Mother Nature has its own way of teaching you. Like we say, oh yes, animals are natural swimmers, but they jump without learning. That means we all have it inside us. So
absolutely.
we are inbuilt with it. So yes, definitely, if you're feeling stuck,
Mm.
but you have some opportunity in front of you, just jump into it. You will learn through it. Now, coming to the three things which I feel are very important for entrepreneurs, especially starting out or been stuck and restarting. The
Mm.
three things which have helped me tremendously is, first, get yourself a mentor. By mentor, I don't mean specifically just a person who's been tagged as a mentor, but it could be your family member, it could be your friend, it could be an actual coach or a mentor who's out there who's professionally doing it. Yes,
I wanted to just say one thing, and it's someone that you know, possibly that you can trust, who has no judgment of you.
absolutely, absolutely.
Mm.
So, I mean, why do most of the population go to counselors? Because you know you're not going to be judged. So a very good point you've picked up is that we all as human beings don't want to be judged,
Exactly.
right? We open up to people who don't judge us. So yes, first thing is get yourself that one person who you can express yourself to, and who can guide you, who has the ability to guide you as well. You can express yourself to a lot of people, but they may not be the right guides to you. So go to either someone professional or someone you really trust and who has business experience.
And has
That
it
is
back as well. Mm.
exactly, exactly. Secondly, what I truly believe helps entrepreneurs grow is networking. And there is no easier way to grow your business than networking and building relations. Yes, networking has its pros and cons, which you need to filter out. You're not supposed to um, waste your time over like put a put a cap that you're not going to go beyond this, just putting your time into networking. But networking is the only way you'd be able to meet um, umpteen number of people. So what I'm trying to say is either join networking groups, or there are a lot of free networking groups out there also in the country and in different countries. Join them, explore, because you really don't know that person could definitely would not necessarily be from your industry, but he probably potentially would know somebody who is your direct customer. So
And
never
also,
underestimate the
yeah,
value of a contact.
yeah, and could also be that that person may be looking for your services.
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally. I believe that you are part of a BNI group. What is it called?
Yes, it's Business Networking International. It's an American networking chain.
Hmm.
And I have actually been part of many other networking groups, but I definitely endorse BNI. Why? Because that's the only very structured, accountable network where you actually, and I mean, I feel totally, if you're accountable in life, you perform better, because you then there's like, you know, a lot of networking groups you're part of, okay, you might meet, exchange cards, and never meet again.
Mm.
But here at least there is a proper system. And even Meisner, who was the one who started it, actually brilliantly concepted it. Now they're in all the countries. So it gives an equal opportunity. And this is what I have learned being a part of it for 2 years, is that you really don't know what that other person sitting in the room has the value to
Wonderful.
create for you.
Exactly.
Yes.
Wonderful.
And
And
likewise, so networking in principle, whether you're doing it in any network or anyhow, is very integral for somebody who's running a business.
okay. And,
So
and
whether it's, sorry, you were saying something.
and then what is your third amazing, amazing point?
The
We've all heard.
third and the most important point, which I feel is very important, is having an open mind, is openness to receive, and to to be able, because if you're open, you'd be ready to change. Or if you're open, you'd be able to embrace. If you're open, you'd be able to grow. But if you limit yourself and if you close your brain, that's the day you'll stop growing. That's the day your journey as an entrepreneur will end. And
Very well put.
I mean, it's something I've practiced, and out of experience, I'm saying, if you're open to receiving, if you're open to new ideas, if you're open to new opportunities, if you're just open, you will grow no matter what. And trust me, my journey for the last 6 years has not been, and it's not been
Good.
very smooth. I've been through my lowest lows, but I've had my highs as well. But but the idea is that those lowest turns of my journey have taught me much more than what any university could have taught me, or any other thing. They are the biggest and the bestest
Teachers.
learning. Those are actually called your learning curves for a reason, because you learn the most during that time.
Yeah, I
You've
think
learned the most.
that's a wonderful way of putting it. And I think it's also, when I look at it from a perspective of the completeness of the whole picture, it is also that part of your journey where you thought that this is the only way, the right way, and the perfect way. There's another
Mhm.
way that has been shown to you. And if
Absolutely.
you were not to fight that, but embrace that and look at anything that you have perceived as a failure as the catapulting effect for you to go on to the vision that you have for your future, which is what it is that's going to make a difference to the world.
Absolutely.
I, it,
Absolutely. You've
it,
just
it,
put it
yeah,
so nicely and appropriately.
it,
This is what I was trying to get at. And these are the three things I imbibe and continue to imbibe.
mm,
And I feel that we are on the right path.
mm.
And of course, challenges are a part of any business you're taking up.
That's
But
that's something cool. Now I'm going to just interject over there. So what my question is, so what if a challenge is a nudge from the universe to actually
hmm,
show us a different possibility that we never thought was possible before? And
wow,
sometimes
that's beautifully put.
so when we are trying very hard to try and fix it or try to do it, and this is the only way, and I have to do this, what if we were to change the have to and allow it to show us the different ways that we can approach something? And that's why I talk about different approaches. And we all have different strokes for different folks. So try not to use the same approach all the time. It gets boring. It's about looking at you as being that catalyst for change, to truly
I,
step into being the change that you would
mm,
like to see in the world, as beautifully put by Gandhiji. And also, is that change that you can bring that will actually transform the future that we will all like to live in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And one thing you told me very correctly, like when I've had conversations with you, is where I've felt um, stuck, or I feel like, okay, what is the way out now? And you've told me just leave it.
Yeah, my new SLA, the new SLA, the service level agreement is stop,
Yeah.
listen, and
Yeah.
ask questions.
Love it. I just love it. No, I think SLA it is. You just said it. Because yes, because sometimes the universe is trying to tell us, but we become deaf.
Yeah,
We
totally.
don't hear.
Because our mindset, my question always to people is, does your mindset need a reset?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what you said earlier was so amazing. Is like you've got to be with an open mind to be able to receive the different possibilities. And and it's not about you having all the answers. You will never have all the answers. Remember that. But you can
Yeah.
have all the amazing questions, which I love to initiate with everyone that I mentor. And it is this, that you will never be shown the full path. What you will
Yes.
be shown, and in my experience of these good old 40 years or 50 years that I've been as part of this, has been you will be shown the next step
Yeah.
only.
Yeah.
And then you
True.
have to come to that step and do your best and then ask questions as to what the next step is. We think that we've got to have the full plan and then only it's going to work. It's never going to be that way. So this is the change that we have been asking for, showing up in a totally different way. I think
How rightly you've just said that there is actually no plan.
there is none. You've got to create it on the way. So it's already, you see, when you were 11 and you had that vision, and that's why I wanted to interview you, is that you have that vision of creating the empire. You did not know how, but what did you
Yeah.
do? You allow
Yeah.
instead of you. So you replace the how into allow, and then everything starts opening up when you ask those questions. So, what is it that I haven't considered yet? What else is possible here? Who can I speak to? And who can, and you speak to everyone not with an ulterior motive, but you actually
Yeah.
speak to everyone because you genuinely care. And the funny part is this, that you get to learn from them, which is amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's how we go. So having said that, Diksha, I would like to thank you genuinely for really being with me here today and sharing with us some amazing insights that we all can learn from. And the other thing is, age is of no consequence. At
Absolutely.
the age of 28 today, you have inspired me, and I'm 62. So thank you for that.
You are very, very kind, Jenny. You're very, very kind to say that. And I think what you do is so wonderful, that you actually make people realize their own potential,
Yeah, I
which
think
is
that's,
which is a gift, which is a gift you have.
thank you
And
so much.
you I think what you are trying to do by these series is actually helping people take that leap of faith which they are afraid of taking.
Exactly.
And
And have
and
people like you who are there to be the inspiration. And from your stories, we truly can explore the glory that is within us to actually come out of us and to be that change that we all are here. You see, the way I look at it is this, that each one of us is a piece of a puzzle,
absolutely.
of which this amazing tapestry that is being created of the universe. Now, if
Yes.
each one of us is not going to recognize that we are that piece that actually creates that amazing tapestry, then we're not honoring ourselves and not
Right.
honoring the universe either. So it's time to wake up and shake up. And you know what? COVID-19 has been that change. We all have been
Absolutely.
looking for to wake up and shake up, to truly resonate with our brilliance. because that's
Absolutely.
what truly makes the difference. So,
Absolutely.
Diksha, thank you so much. And
Thank you.
God bless you for the amazing work that you do and the passion that you bring to everything that you do, the inspiration that you share with everybody, and the change that you're here to bring to everybody. I mean, recruitment has always been my passion, and I'm so honored that you are giving me the opportunity to join hands with you to actually make a difference. And mwah, thank you.
I, I would just say, just to end it, that it is actually my good fortune
Ah,
that you are being. I mean, that you are going to be a part of House of Versatile, and I don't think it could get any better, like you say.
and how
And
does it get any better? We all,
how does it get
how
any
does it
better?
get any better? Yeah, that's how it is. So, yes.
Absolutely. And the closing line is that to everybody who's hearing this, that each one of you matter, that you are that puzzle and you are part of that universe, and each one of you are important, each and every one.
And what if we are here to help you recognize your own
Abs-
value?
Absolutely.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
Thank you.
much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
It's been an honor, a pleasure, and quite honestly, it's actually been fun.
It's been a lot of fun. It's all thanks to you, Jenny. It's because of you who makes everything fun around
I think
yourself.
everything we've got to celebrate. We've got to have fun. There's no fun anymore. We've got to change that. And I think when we're coming to work together, we're going to create more fun for everyone
Absolutely.
and for ourselves, most importantly.
Absolutely, Jenny. Absolutely. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much. Thank you.
So